We're back. It's SummerSlam. I still have not uploaded any of the videos. They're all in the backlog, just waiting to be uploaded, but it's fine. Let's get to work. Alright. Like, subscribe, all that bullshit. SummerSlam night one. We're looking pretty good, aren't we, Best Beast?
We are looking good. Should be a great night one. Hopefully, night two comes along soon.
I'm gonna give myself like 20 minutes to write it. So,
Okay.
we'll see how we go. Alright. We're starting off the match with the tag team titles on the line, the World Tag Team Championships. Redragon make their way to the ring alone. They stand there, waiting for Roman and Jay to make their way to the ring. First comes Roman. He stands at the top of the ramp, puts his one to the sky, and he brings down his finger, and Jay's music hits. Jay comes out, stands next to Roman, starts yeeting a bit. While this is happening, we hear a massive chair shot. We pan to Roman, and standing behind him is Adam Cole. Jay runs to him, but is taken out from the side by JD, who also has a chair. Adam and JD start beating them both down. Cole is smacking Roman's legs and his back to soften him up. Redragon just stay in the ring laughing and celebrating what they now assume will be an easy win. Adam puts one chair under Roman's face. He's about to hit a concerto when Mox comes in and attacks him with a kendo stick. Mox fights both of them to the back. I then come out and ask them if they want to postpone the match until a later day. Roman says no, this ends tonight. Then they walk to the ring limping and hurt. Roman takes the lead. He starts the match off. Redragon talk for a second and decide to have Kyle start the match. The bell rings. Even though Roman is injured, he's not backing down. Right away, he manhandles Kyle to the corner. The ref has to separate them. As he's getting pulled back, Kyle spits on him. It lands right on Roman's cheek. Roman slowly wipes it off, looks at it, smiles with an annoyed smile, and just rushes him again. Kyle is ready. He ducks. Roman turns around, and he starts getting hit with a flurry of kicks on his injured leg. Once Roman's dazed, Kyle hits a massive running knee strike to Roman's face. Roman falls to his knees. Kyle hits the ropes, bounces off, and hits a running knee, knocking Roman down. He goes and tags in Fish. Fish starts getting to work on Roman, and he just starts kicking him on the ground. He picks up Roman and drags him to the UE corner. Tags in Kyle. Fish hits a dragon screw on Roman. Kyle climbs to the top rope, hits a knee drop on Roman's leg, goes for the cover. 1, 2, kick out. The camera cuts to a concerned looking Jay yelling at Roman to tag him in. Kyle laughs as Roman is trying to crawl to his corner. Once Roman is in the middle of the ring, Kyle locks in a heel hook. Roman is in complete agony. He's yelling and pleading for a way out. Jay just runs to the ring to break it up, but is met with Fish in the ring. They both unload blows on each other until Fish goes for a kick to Jay Uso's ribs. Jay ducks. Jay hits two punches, followed by a super kick to Fish. Fish rolls out. Jay super kicks Kyle to break the hold. Jay then drags Roman to their corner, but he also drags Kyle there too. He then goes to the apron and gets the tag in. Roman's struggling to stand, and Jay tells him to help him with this. Roman uses all his force to Irish whip Kyle to the ropes. Kyle bounces off. Roman carries him to the sky. Jay jumps, and they're able to connect with a 1D. Jay yeets at the crowd for a second before going to cover. He goes to cover when he's hit with a running knee strike to the face by Fish. Fish sees Roman, decides to rush him. Fish runs into a brick wall as Roman shoulder checks him and Fish falls to the mat. Roman is about to attack a helpless Fish when Kyle chop blocks his bad leg. Roman falls to his knee. Fish picks him up in suplex position and they hit chasing the dragon. Roman rolls out. Kyle turns his attention to Jay and is hit with a super kick. Fish rushes him but is hit with a spear. Fish rolls out. Kyle is lining up Jay is lining up Kyle. Kyle gets hit with a super kick, but he doesn't fall down. He rebounds off the middle rope. He gets hit with another super kick. Then he rebounds off the bottom rope. This time, Jay hits a massive spear on him. The crowd is cheering him on. He climbs to the top rope. He's calling for it. He hits a massive Uso splash. Cover. 1, 2. Fish breaks it up. Fish doesn't let up either. He lays down a barrage of punches to a down Jay. He drags Kyle to the corner and tags himself in. He's strutting towards Jay when Roman flies in with a Superman punch. Fish is down. Roman is grabbing his leg. He smacks the mat a few times to suck it up. He gets up. Fish is up again and goes for him. Roman ducks, runs the rope, bounces back, hits a massive spear on him. Roman drags Jay onto Fish. Cover. 1, 2. Kyle breaks it up. Roman goes to his corner and is getting the crowd involved, trying to get Jay to tag in. Kyle is in his corner waiting for the tag as well. Both men are slowly crawling to their corner and they both get the tag at the same time. Roman wastes no time, hits a clothesline. Kyle gets up quickly, he hits another. Kyle retreats to the corner. Roman chases him and hits a massive splash on him. He doesn't let go though. He holds on and he hits an overhead belly to belly suplex. He's not done there. With this rush of adrenaline, he picks up Kyle and hits a massive crucifix powerbomb. Cover. 1, 2. Kick out. Roman smiles and just gets back to work. He knows it's almost over. He sets up in the corner. He locks and loads, and he hits a Superman punch. Goes back to the corner. Kyle is taking his time getting back up to his feet. He finally gets up. Roman charges in for a spear, but he's met with a massive knee strike to the face. Roman goes down. Fish is in the corner begging to be tagged in. Kyle gets the tag. They set up Roman. They hit one more chasing the dragon on him. Bobby goes for the cover. 1, 2. Kick out! The crowd goes wild. Bobby has a look of disbelief on his face, like this can't be happening. He quickly goes and tags in Kyle again. They have to get the job done now. There is blood in the water. They set Roman up. They hit Dragon's Flight. Kyle covers. 1, 2. Jay breaks the count. Kyle is out of breath. He can't even attack Jay. He just lets Jay get to his corner. Roman starts dragging himself to his corner for the tag, but Kyle starts beating down on Roman's bad leg. Bobby goes to Jay on the outside, tries to sweep his legs out from under him, but Jay jumps over him, lands on the apron. Fish turns around, eats a super kick. Fish stumbles back, regains his footing, goes right back on the attack, but Jay is ready and dives off the apron onto Fish. He gets back on the corner and begs for a tag. Kyle rushes him. He tries to shoulder check him in the gut, but Jay moves out the way. Kyle goes through the middle rope, stays there long enough to get hit with a super kick and fall back into the ring. Roman crawls and he's finally able to get the tag in. Jay picks him up and says it's time to end this thing. Roman is on his feet. It's a hard task, but he does it. They wait for Kyle to get back on his feet. When he does, they charge up. Ooh, ah. They start charging for a double spear. Fish comes in and pulls him out the way. They end up double spearing the ref. They look at each other in shock for a second before they are attacked from behind. Quickly, UE starts taking advantage. They start beating down on Jay, and they go for chasing the dragon. But Roman hits a spear on Fish while Jay is in the air. Jay lands on his feet, super kicks Kyle. Roman fights Bobby to the outside. Jay is lining up Kyle. He hits a spear. He starts climbing to the top rope. He hits an Uso splash. Cover. The crowd counts, but the ref is down. Jay realizes this. He goes to yell at Roman to get the ref back to the ring, but Roman fought Bobby all the way to the entrance and he can't hear him. Jay starts getting the ref himself. He sticks his head out from under the rope. He tries to reach the ref. From there, but he can't. While this is happening, we hear the crowd gasp and start booing. Jay finally gives up and starts to enter the ring again. He turns around and is shocked by who is in his face. It's a returning Randy Orton. They look at each other for a second, with nothing but hate in their eyes, until finally they start attacking each other. Roman sees what's happening and he tries to make his way back, but Bobby fights him. He holds him back just long enough for Randy to hit an RKO. Roman is desperately trying to get back to the ring, but Bobby is attacking his injured leg. Randy is smiling all over Jay's lifeless body. He goes to the corner and he lets the voices take control. Jay starts getting to his feet. He's on all fours. Randy charges and hits a massive punt. Randy takes a second to admire his handiwork before telling Kyle, "He's all yours." Randy leaves. Bobby gets back in his corner. Kyle tags him in. They hit Chasing the Dragon. Cover. One, two, three. Here are your winners and the new World Tag Team Champions, Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish, the Undisputed Era.
Nice. Okay. Next up is Mercedes Moné versus Cora Jade for the Women's Championship. As a side note, Naomi and Tamina are at ringside for this match. The bell rings and the visual test is a night and day difference between the two. Mercedes looks basically like she's at 100%, whilst Cora has some athletic tape around her shoulder and it appears to have some extra wrapping around one of her knees. Mercedes has a bit of a cocky smile. A bit of a cocky smile across her face as she locks up with Cora in the middle of the ring. Cora tries to push Mercedes back, but Cora's banged up knee prevents her, and Mercedes just shoves her down to the mat. Mercedes taunts Cora as Cora slowly gets back to her feet. After pacing the ring for a moment, they lock up once again in the middle. Cora this time manages to push Mercedes back a couple of steps before Mercedes just kicks the bad knee of Cora, dropping her down to the mat yet again. This time Mercedes is quick on the attack and immediately starts working on the bad arm of Cora. After wringing out the arm for a bit, Mercedes lets go and gets up. As she gets up, she stomps on Cora's hand and then taunts the crowd. Cora slowly crawls her way over to the corner and uses the ropes to help her get to her feet. Mercedes then charges in for the Meteora, but Cora manages to move out of the way. Mercedes then crashes into the turnbuckle and stumbles out before getting kicked in the gut by Cora, who tries to go for Jaded, but Mercedes manages to get out of it and rolls out of the ring. Mercedes then paces around the outside for a bit, and Naomi and Tamina hype her back up before she re-enters. Uh, Once she gets back into the ring, Cora and Mercedes pace around the ring, and Mercedes goes to initiate the lockup, but this time Cora kicks out the knee of Mercedes, dropping her down to the mat. Cora then lays in a barrage of punches to the back of Mercedes before grabbing the back of her head and smashing her face into the mat. The referee has to pull Cora off of Mercedes. Mercedes rolls over, and you can see the face smashing into the mat possibly caused a broken nose, as you can see some blood appear around her nose area. The referee has backed Cora into the corner so that she can check on Mercedes. As the referee is checking on Mercedes, Tamina grabs a hold of Cora's hair and slams her back into the corner. This drops Cora in the corner into a seated position. Mercedes sees this and gets up and rushes in with a Meteora. Mercedes then rolls Cora out of the corner and goes for the cover, but Cora kicks out just after two. Unfortunately for Cora, she kicked out with her bad shoulder and she grabs a hold of it after kicking out. Mercedes takes advantage of this situation and stomps away at the shoulder blade of Cora before putting her into a disarm her. Cora is writhing in pain as Mercedes is just taunting the crowd yet again while wrenching on the bad arm of Cora. Cora fights with everything she has and somehow manages to get to the ropes to break the hold. Mercedes seems more or less unbothered that Cora got out of this hold and just walks across the ring with a level of arrogance. Cora, though, manages to crawl her way into the corner and is just holding onto her shoulder. Mercedes sees this and once again charges in for yet another Meteora, but Cora once again manages to roll out of the way onto the apron. This causes Mercedes to slam her knees into the turnbuckle yet again. Cora as quickly as she can, manages to roll back in and get to her feet, and capitalizes on a bent over Mercedes and connects with Jaded. Cora goes for the cover. One, two. Mercedes' foot gets placed on the ropes by Naomi. Cora seems upset and looks out at Naomi, who is just laughing in her face. Cora starts arguing with Naomi and is halfway out of the ring, halfway in, halfway out of the ring, arguing when Mercedes grabs Cora's waist and rolls her up. One, two, kick out. They get up and Cora double legs Mercedes, then flips over and goes for the cover. One, two, kick out. When Mercedes kicked out, she flipped Cora over to her side, face down. Mercedes quickly realizes this and scoots forward and locks in the bank statement. Cora is in the middle of the ring and fights her way towards the ropes. The look of sheer pain on Cora's face as she drags both her and Mercedes towards the ropes is agonizing. She somehow, though, manages to drag them fairly close to the ropes, and just as she is reaching out to grab on them, Mercedes kicks off the bottom rope and rolls them back. They are once again in the middle of the ring at this point. Cora is still trying to fight with all she has to fight her way back to the ropes, but at this point she is absolutely spent. The matches she has had leading up to this, the match she is currently in, is all starting to take its toll. Mercedes wrenches back as far as she can on the bank statement, and Cora has no choice but to tap out. Cora loses the match. Naomi and Tamina then meet Mercedes in the ring and celebrate the title win, as Cora just lays on the mat with tears in her eyes as she is being checked on by the referee. We have a new women's champion in Mercedes Moné.
Damn. Couldn't be Roxanne.
It might be Roxanne. She has two matches tonight, doesn't she?
That's true.
It might also be Roxanne. They
I
won the
booked
title on
myself
the
into a
same
corner.
show. They might also lose the titles on the same show.
I booked myself into a
Uh,
corner here. I'm not gonna lie.
it's just, we move on to the Fatal 4-Way for the U.S. title between Kevin Owens, Trick Williams, Malachi Black, and Damian Priest. The match starts and all four men just stare at one another. They all exchange words from a distance before Trick, Malachi, and Damian all look over to Owens. Owens then realizes this and just rolls out of the ring. As he goes to walk around the outside, he gets cut off by Malachi. He then turns around and goes to walk a different direction, but gets cut off by Trick Williams. Owens then decides to just roll back into the ring and taunts both Trick and Malachi, and when he turns around, Priest is there just to deliver a mean right hook to Owens and drops him to the mat. Back on the outside, we see Malachi go to re-enter the ring, but Trick grabs his foot and pulls him down off the apron. Trick then shares some words with Malachi before shoving him to the side and gets up onto the apron himself. Trick enters the ring and is still talking to Malachi, who just shakes his head as Trick backs up into Priest and turns around and suffers the same fate as Owens. Malachi then slowly enters the ring and comes face to face with Priest. They size one another up before Priest goes for another right hook, but Malachi ducks the punch and lays in a barrage of strikes, ending with a kick to the chest, dropping Priest down to the mat. Malachi then sits down cross-legged in the middle of the ring before Owens gets up and just starts did I skip? Owens just gets up and puts Malachi in a headlock. Owens talks some trash as they lay down on the mat when Trick gets up and starts stomping away at Owens. This breaks the hold and Trick is just slapping the back of Owens' head as he gets up. Once Owens gets to his feet, he gets up in Trick's face and they begin hockey fighting. Owens eventually rears back to hit Trick with a clothesline, but Trick manages to duck and catches Owens with a super kick. Trick then taunts the hard cam. As the camera zooms in, Malachi comes flying in with a knee, and Priest connects with a right hook at the same time. Trick just crumbles down to a knee. Malachi and Priest then grab Trick and throw him over the top rope. Priest then throws Malachi out, but Priest tries to throw Malachi out, but he reverses and throws Priest out instead. Malachi then rushes across the ring and hits the ropes before rushing back across and diving to the outside onto Owens, Priest, and Trick. Uh, Malachi takes a moment to celebrate taking out all the men with the crowd. He then picks Trick up and throws him back into the ring. Malachi is quick to follow and drags Trick up to his feet and nails a couple of forearms before throwing him towards the ropes. As he hits the ropes, Owens grabs Trick's feet, causing him to fall face first onto the mat. Owens then rolls into the ring and starts brawling with Malachi. Owens drops Malachi, but gets turned around by Trick. They brawl for a bit before Owens gains the advantage and throws Trick towards the ropes. As he returns to Owens, Owens tries to pop-up powerbomb him, but Trick just goes right over and lands on his feet. Unfortunately for Trick, Priest was waiting on the other side and caught him with an uppercut. Owens and Priest then jawjack for a bit before Malachi charges in and delivers a flying knee to Owens, then turning around to Priest who tries to chokeslam Malachi, but Malachi manages to fight out. Malachi then hits a barrage of kicks, then pushes Priest into the corner. Malachi follows Priest in and lays in a few punches before Priest shoves him back. Priest then charges back in. Uh, Malachi, Jesus, I wrote that wrong. Malachi then charges back in, but Priest just big boots him. Priest slowly makes his way over to Malachi when he gets turned around by Owens. They brawl for a bit when out of nowhere Owens hits Priest with a stunner. Right before Owens can scoop back and cover Priest, Malachi gets up, moves in, and Black masses a seated Kevin Owens. Malachi is about to go for the cover on Kevin Owens, but Trick Williams charges across the ring and Trick shots a bent over Malachi Black. Trick covers Malachi. 1, 2, 3. Trick Williams is your new United States champion.
That's how you know Triple K not running this show. No, sir.
Is it the fact that I put back-to-back matches where the African American talent went over?
Will he do it again? Shit.
Time will tell.
All right, I got some stuff written for this one. I ain't got crazy though. I'm not gonna lie. It's not crazy. It's not that long. All right. Roxanne Perez versus Trish Stratus. Here we are. The first women's world championship match of the weekend. Whoever wins this faces Bailey tomorrow. We start with a little stare down. But with all the shit that Trish has been through this past month, how much more does she have left in her? And we get to it right away. Rock starts using her speed to her advantage. Trish is being outmoved. In order to compete, she's gonna have to slow Rox down. Rox hits the ropes, bounces back, goes for a flying neck scissors. Trish catches her and slams her onto the mat face first, and quickly goes for her legs. She gets Rox in a sharpshooter in the middle of the ring. Rox has nowhere to go. Uh, she tries she tries to crawl to the ropes. She gets close, but Trish drags her back to the center of the ring. Rox has no choice but to restart her long crawl back to the ropes. She's fingertips away when Trish once again brings her to the center of the ring. Clearly, this isn't going to work, so she frantically starts looking for any other escape from the hold. In a fit of desperation, she reaches her arm back and starts pulling on Trish's hair. The ref starts yelling at her to let go, but she isn't listening. This is about survival at this point. The ref is finally able to get her to stop pulling her hair, but not before Trish finally breaks the hold. Rox quickly rolls out the ring and just starts writhing in pain. Trish is in the ring taunting her. She starts talking shit, saying, "So there isn't anyone on your level, huh?" Rox tries to stand up but can't. Her legs are cooked. The ref is at the count of 8 at this point. Trish goes out to break the count, slides back into the ring. She's yelling at Rox that she won't get out easy this time. Rox finally musters the little bit of anything she has left and slowly makes her way to the ring. She rolls in. Trish goes to attack her on the ground. Rox sees this coming. She dodges, sweeps Trish's legs out from under her, and is able to roll her up. The ref starts counting. 1, 2, 3. Rox retains the title. She rolls out the ring, collapses on the outside. Trish is confused and angry about what just happened. She looks at the Titantron. We see a replay from a different angle, and we see that Rox had somehow got her feet on the ropes. She had that extra leverage. Trish is yelling at the ref saying that he didn't see it and he can't reverse the decision. Rox then gets carried away by Finn and Nakamura to the back as she holds her title high. Fuck, I pressed X.
Anyways, I guess pick up the pace here. Cody Rhodes versus Swerve Strickland. The bell rings and Swerve seemingly shoots out of a cannon and shotgun kicks Cody back into the corner. Swerve then stomps Cody in the corner over and over before the referee has to pull him back. After being pulled back about halfway across the ring, Swerve sort of pushes the referee to the side and goes to charge back in. But as he gets to Cody, Cody gets his foot up and kicks Swerve in the gut. Cody then pulls himself up and hits some clubbing forearms to the back of Swerve. Cody backs Swerve into the corner, hits a couple of chops to his chest. Swerve then fires up and switches their positions and starts chopping the crap out of Cody. The referee has to once again pull Swerve back. This time, as the referee is pulling Swerve back, Cody just charges in and attacks Swerve. The two brawl and eventually fall out of the ring, but they don't stop brawling. As they hit the ground, they are continuously punching each other, and they just continue to brawl even back up to their feet. Cody eventually gets the advantage and goes to throw Swerve into the commentator's desk, but Swerve reverses and throws Cody over the table. Swerve thinks he has a moment to recover, so he attempts to catch his breath. He turns his back to Cody and then slowly turns back around. As he turns back around, Cody jumps off the table and crossbody Swerve. Cody is fired up for a moment before grabbing Swerve and throwing him back into the ring. As Cody rolls back into the ring, Swerve gets up and hits a rolling flatliner on Cody. Swerve then grabs a hold of Cody's arm as he is laying to his side. Uh, he hits a rolling flatliner on Cody and then gets up. Swerve then grabs a hold of Cody's arm as he's laying on his side on the mat. Swerve then looks around to the crowd before stomping down on the arm of Cody. Cody writhes around in pain as Swerve quickly goes up top, and once Cody gets into a seated position in the middle of the ring, Swerve hits a massive mushroom stomp onto Cody. Swerve collects himself and sets up in the corner, awaiting Cody to get to his knees. As Cody slowly gets to his knees, Swerve charges in for the house call, but Cody manages to duck it. Cody quickly gets a hold of Swerve for the crossroads, but the damage Swerve did to the arm with the stomp causes Cody to drop Swerve. Cody drops to his knees holding his arm, and Swerve charges in and connects with a house call. Swerve covers Cody. 1, 2, kick out. Swerve seems surprised Cody kicked out, but collects himself and picks Cody up to hit the JML driver. As Swerve goes for the move, Cody manages to roll the move over into a roll-up that gets a count of 2. Cody and Swerve get up and Swerve tries to clothesline Cody, but Cody ducks it, then springboards off the ropes and connects with a disaster kick. This staggers Swerve in the middle of the ring, and Cody charges across the ring again and springboards, and this time connects with a Cody cutter. He covers Swerve. 1, 2, kick out. Cody is very fired up at this point as he can smell the blood in the water. He waits for Swerve to get back to his feet, and once he does, Cody puts him in position for the crossroads and connects. Cody doesn't stop with just one, though, as he picks Swerve back up and hits a second crossroads. Cody then covers Swerve. 1, 2, 3. Cody Rhodes wins.
Maybe it is Triple K running things.
Cody Raheem Rhodes.
Fuck. You're right.
Still me. Okay. Then we move into Gorillas of Destiny taking on Sami Zayn and Bronson Reed. The match starts with Tama Tonga and Sami Zayn. They pace around the ring for a moment before they lock up in the middle. They jockey for position back and forth all the way into the corner. Tama wins the exchange, and as the referee is pulling him back, he slaps Sami across the face. Sami goes to engage with Tama, but the referee pulls him back now, and Tama just taunts him from across the ring. Once the referee lets go, Sami rushes in towards Tama, but Tama just exits the ring. Sami gives chase around the ring as Tama runs behind Tongaloa, who hops off the apron and stops Sami in his track. Tama then slides back into the ring during this and distracts the referee. During this distraction, Sami goes to get back into the ring, but Tongaloa pulls him off the apron. He then throws Sami into the turnbuckle before rolling Sami back into the ring. Bronson is now on the apron arguing with the referee, and Tama heads over and chokes Sami, who is now seated in the corner. Tama pulls back as the referee turns around. Sami slowly starts to crawl over to Bronson, but Tama tags in Tonga, and Tonga cuts it off. Tonga and Tama then spend the next few minutes controlling the match, keeping Sami on their half of the ring, constantly tagging one another in. Sami starts to fight back eventually and is starting to make some momentum, and starting to make some momentum. He manages to get past Tama, but just as he is about to tag in Bronson, Tongaloa has run around the ring and pulls Bronson off the apron. Just as he uh, Tonga taunts Bronson on the outside for a moment before Bronson seems like he is about to put his hands on Tongaloa. Just as he takes a step towards Tonga, Jacob Fatu steps in between them. And Jacob Fatu and Bronson Reed stare each other down as Tonga heads back towards his corner. During this, back in the ring, Tom has once again taken control of the match. Tama stomps away at Sammy in his corner before tagging back in Tonga Loa, who then stomps away at Sammy for a bit before the referee has to pull him back. While the referee is distracted with Tonga, Tama chokes out Sammy in the corner. This brings Bronson to try to get into the ring, but the referee holds them back. This allows both Tama and Tonga to unleash an assault onto Sammy. They pull back and Tonga tags in Tama. Tama heads over to Bronson and taunts him before heading back towards Sammy. As he gets to him, Sammy kicks Tama in the gut. Sammy then starts to fight back and tries to rush over to Bronson, but gets cut off and whipped back into the corner. Tama then rushes in, but Sammy gets a boot up. He then elbows Tonga off the corner. Tama lays crumbled in the corner as Sammy starts to crawl his way over to Bronson. As Sammy is about halfway across the ring, Tonga gets back onto the apron and tags himself in. As Tonga enters the ring, Sammy dives out and tags in Bronson Reed. Bronson slowly enters the ring, and Tonga Loa is begging him off. As Bronson slowly closes the distance between them and between himself and Tonga, all of a sudden he turns around and splashes Sammy in the corner. Bronson then drags Sammy out of the corner and heads up top and delivers a tsunami. Tama and Tonga then head up top on opposite corners and deliver a two-post massacre. Tonga hits a flying headbutt and Tama connects with a splash. Tonga and Tama then both cover Sammy for 1, 2, 3. Gorillas of Destiny pick up the win. Solo enters the ring after the bell sounds with Jacob Fatu, and Bronson Reed stands in the center celebrating with Bloodline Wolfpack.
I'm not gonna lie, it was very hard to keep track of what was going on with that one with
I
such
chuckled at one
similar
point.
names. Yeah.
Yeah, when you heard me chuckle, I was like clicking in my mind. I was like, Jesus, Tama and Tonga. I just have been saying this over and over. I'm surprised you didn't flub it.
Oh, you said like there was a B in one of them. You said like
Tonga
Bonga or
Tama.
something like that.
I may have. It's very
Like,
similar names. At least Tala Tonga isn't with them yet.
oh hell no.
Tala, Tama, and Tonga.
Well, main event time.
Main event.
What will go down here? All right. Main event time. This is only the second Hell in a Cell triple threat in WWE history, the first one taking place 14 years earlier. Oba, Gunther, and Adam Cole all look around as the bell rings. Oba and Gunther look at each other. Cole is standing back, ready for them to fight it out amongst themselves. That's when they both pause. They look at Cole, look back at each other, and they both nod. They both turn to Cole and start walking his way. Cole backs out of the ring and onto ringside. Gunther chases him around. Oba cuts him off. He's trapped in between them both. He tries to scurry into the ring. Gunther grabs his foot. He tries to pull him back out, but Cole kicks him and gets free. He's able to stand up in the ring, and to his surprise, Oba's already there, just waiting for him. Cole tries to escape one last time, but it's no use. He's already in Oba's possession. Oba grabs him and throws him into the corner, pummeling him with lefts and rights. That's when Gunther comes in and pulls Oba off and says it's his turn. Gunther just starts chopping the hell out of Cole in the corner. They both work together. They both military press Cole at the same time and throw him out out of the ring. He lands headfirst into the steel cage on the outside, and he falls hard onto the mat. And now these two big meaty men can finally go at it. The crowd is on their feet, ready for the Haas showdown. And they finally start a hockey fight. Fighting all across the ring, no man can get the upper hand on the other. Gunther finally chops Oba down to his knees. He goes and bounces off the ropes. He hits a drop kick. But while he's midair on the drop kick, Adam Cole comes in and super kicks him. Cole is the only man standing. He goes under the ring, brings out a table. He sets the table up in the corner, on the corner turnbuckle. He tries to pick up Oba and drag him to it. Oba, however, gets Cole in an exploder suplex position. Before Oba can put him through the table, Gunther comes in, rushes both of them, putting them both through the table. Gunther goes to cover Cole. 1, 2, kick out. He goes to cover Oba right after. 1, kick out. He looks around for a second before dragging Cole out to the outside. He starts toying with him and throwing him into the cell cage over and over again. He's about to do it one more time when Cole finally sticks his leg out to block. But from the other side, Oba rushes in, slams him into the cage directly to Adam's left. Adam falls, and Gunther and Oba start trading blows. Then then Cole starts getting up. They both hit him with two massive chops, knocking him down, and they go right back at each other. Finally, Oba gets Gunther down. He starts focusing on Cole, continuing where Gunther left off. Cole tries fighting back this time, but it's not enough. Oba powerbombs him into the cage. He then lies in wait for Adam to get up. Uh, Once he does, he charges at him. Cole, at the last second, grabs Gunther, throws him in the way, and escapes. Oba and Gunther go crashing through the cage door. Cole slowly walks to the carnage on the outside. Oba starts getting up. Cole realizes it. He goes to super kick him. Oba catches it. Cole panics and hits an enziguri. Oba starts to get up. Adam, in panic, starts climbing the cage. Oba chases after him. Cole reaches the top and tries to keep Oba from getting up there by kicking down at him while he's climbing. But Oba grabs Cole's foot again. This time he slams it into the cage, and Cole scurries away to the top. He looks around until he realizes the mistake he made climbing up there. He turns around, and Oba's already there smiling at him, knowing what he's about to do to Cole. Cole runs and tries to climb down the cage, but Oba runs after him and pulls him back up and hits a running power slam on the cage. Cole is screaming in pain. That's when Oba deadlifts him and hits a fall from grace. Cole's back is red with marks of the cage, some blood coming out uh of the marks. Oba is about to do it again when he's attacked by Gunther. All three men are at the top of the cell now. Gunther lands a massive chop on Oba, but just like their last match, Oba doesn't go down. He yells at Gunther to bring it even more. Gunther is about to oblige when Adam Cole super kicks Oba's kneecap. Oba falls to one knee and he hits another super kick right on the chin, sending him down. Sending him down, not off the cage, just knocked out. Adam starts celebrating and he gets carried away. He goes to ask Gunther for a high five. Gunther just stares him down. Cole's smile slowly fades as his hand as his Cole's smile slowly fades as he still has his hand up for a high five. Gunther decides to give him a high five with all his power across Adam's chest, however. It sounds like a gunshot. Cole does a backflip with how hard he got shot. Gunther then focuses on Oba. He goes to pick him up. He's struggling to lift him. Gunther looks down at the announce table, smiles. He lifts Oba in powerbomb position. Oba starts fighting back. He's not going down that easy. Oba powers out of the powerbomb position. He now picks up Gunther. He's about to throw Gunther off when Cole super kicks the back of his leg. Gunther lands safely on the cage and retreats for a second. While Oba is facing the crowd, he turns around. Cole starts running towards him. Oba, off instinct, pops up to his feet, throws Adam Cole into the air, does a 180 fall from grace to Adam Cole off the top of the cage through the announce table. The crowd is yelling, "Holy shit." Oba's just standing there looking down at Cole's motionless body. Gunther walks up to Oba's side, looks over the edge, sees Cole, and he can be heard saying, "Yeah, fuck that," as he just slowly starts climbing down the cage. Oba follows not long after. Oba and Gunther go back to the ring. On the outside, Adam is being helped by paramedics. It's just a two-man race now. Both men worn down. They've given it all they have. They both look at each other, stand up, and give it all they have left. Gunther runs in and tries to hit a clothesline. Oba ducks. Gunther turns around. Oba kicks him in the gut, gets him up for a fall from grace. Uh, Gunther chops Oba's face while he's in midair. He lands on his feet, runs the ropes, and hits a massive drop kick. He puts Oba in the Boston Crab. Oba tries to get out of there. He drags himself to the ropes, but that doesn't break the hold. But it doesn't break the hold in a Hell in a Cell match. So Oba keeps crawling until he falls out the ring. Gunther's exhausted. He can't even drag him back yet. He takes a second to catch his breath. He turns around, reaches down towards Oba, to the back of Oba's head to pull him back. Oba quickly turns around and hits Gunther in the face with a massive chair shot. The people in the nosebleeds are able to hear the chair shot. We focus on Oba for a second. He gets back to the ring. We see Gunther again, and his face is just gushing with blood. Gunther's eyes are glazed over. He can tell he has no idea where he is. Oba smiles. He knows this is his chance. Quickly, Oba lifts him up. Fall from grace. Goes for the cover. 1, 2, kick out. Oba can't believe it. He's not gonna give up now. He picks up Gunther again to hit another fall from grace. He goes for the cover. 1, 2. Adam Cole breaks it up. Commentary starts asking, how the hell is this man still standing? As they say that, Cole falls face first onto the mat. Oba is furious. This is the second time now Cole has cost him winning the title. He goes to pick up Cole. He has his hands wrapped around Cole's neck, yelling, "You stupid little bitch. You're gonna regret ever putting your hands on me." Just as he's about to hit Cole, Gunther comes in and low blows Oba. Oba lets go of Cole. Cole super kicks Oba's gut. Oba then turns around, gets turned around by Gunther, and is hit with a power bomb. Oba rolls out of the ring. Gunther's trying to keep him in the ring, but he's on his knees, trying to drag him in, but he can't. Oba's just passed out on the outside. He turns around. He gets super kicked in the face. Cole yells, "Adam Cole, baby!" Gunther's getting up. Cole quickly sets up. He hits a Canadian destroyer. Gunther lands on his knees. He's not falling to the mat. Cole runs the ropes, bounces off, hits the last shot. Cover. 1, 2, 3. Here is your winner and the new WWE champion, Adam Cole. Cole gets handed the championship and just falls to the ground, not able to stand. The burst of adrenaline is over, but out come the rest of the Undisputed Era. Roxanne, Finn, Nakamura, Kyle, JD, and Bobby all out there, and now they all have gold. Cole looks at Finn and says, "Winning fixes everything." We get a massive pose at the end to end the show. Cole in the middle, Finn, Roxanne, and Nakamura on the right, JD, Bobby Fish, and Kyle O'Reilly on the left, all flexing their gold. as we are now officially in the undisputed era.
Hey, it's a clean last line there. So we're officially in the undisputed era.
Exactly.
So Roxanne was the only person on the show to retain her title.
Oh, yep.
It's- Everyone else lost their titles.
Epic. Yeah. Will she retain tomorrow though?
Will she walk out of SummerSlam still with that belt?
Fuck. Who knows? Only time will tell. Epic first night.